Eric, we're heading to Barnes & Noble after shift to splurge if you want to come. It's the one by that really good chocolate shop with brownies, arguably better than JC's. You're a nerd. And a traitor. Who is we? Me, Boz, Patrick, Raythew, and Tooth Fairy. Janine may or may not join us. No thanks, I don't need to be on the immortality team. Why you're wasting all that time on books is beyond me. Better than wasting it on television. Are you okay? You seem off. I'm fine. If you're fine, then I'm a troll. What's going on? What do you care? I'm your friend? Oh, please, we're barely a blip on your radar. So are cherry blossoms, time-wise. I still enjoy and care about them. Come on, what's going on? Would you just shut the fuck up? This guy's spicier than Patrick's book collection today. Eric, why the hell are you working today? You always get weird on your birthday. Need the money? What, it's your birthday? We are not celebrating. Okay, I have to go be somewhere else. Cyrus has literally been warning us away from you because you snapped at him today. Did you try to reach out to your family again? Dude, you said to yourself that your family has always been white trash, okay? Mine has literal demons that have hoarded millions, if not billions of dollars in wealth over the centuries, and they won't give me a penny because mortals aren't worthy. They act like I don't even exist. Which is why you cut them off. They're never going to respect you because they're narcissistic idiots, and you don't need that. Okay, this isn't like being queer, all right? There are ways for me to be immortal. Those ways would kill you or someone else. And even if it worked, you'd be stuck with relatives who only love you conditionally, who don't care who you actually are as long as you don't age. It's like Hollywood, but worse. What's the point of that? You just don't get it. Okay, maybe not, but having a shitty family doesn't give you the right to be an asshole. If it did, I'd still be a drug addict. Talk to Bob about taking the rest of the day off, or at least stay in the back of the house so you don't snap at a customer. Drek appreciates you handling dishes. He's been wanting to work on his front of house skills for a while. My grandfather banished me from my home because I took a stand for mortals. It hurt, but I had some comfort in the knowledge that I had some control over it. It sounds like you didn't have any control over how your relations treat you. JC needs to mind their own business. When you start snapping at my employees in my domain, then it becomes my business. Some immortals, and mortals, carry the erroneous belief that they are inherently superior in every way to mortals and thus can treat you like dirt, which makes intermarriages and children born of them rather awkward. Okay, look, it wasn't marriage, alright? It was a hookup. Dad's half-demon, which isn't great in Grandma's eyes, but he still caught the immortality gene, which is what matters. He met Mom at a bar, one thing leads to another. Ta-da! How did your mother handle it? Oh, she was alright, she's a tough cookie. She didn't want a ring on her finger, just child support. Dad and Grandma refused for as long as possible, first saying that she's a slut, which isn't wrong, so there's no way that the baby was Dad's, and then that I'm probably mortal, so it wasn't worth their time. They might have been able to pull it off last century, but with DNA evidence and modern laws, no, they had to cough up. Dad's a literal millionaire, and he acted like sending a few thousand a month was the worst thing in the world. That must have been very hard for you. I mean, it wasn't too bad when I was younger. Sometimes quarter demons manage to get immortality too. You can usually tell by the time they turn like 7 or 8. I turned 7, Mom threw me a birthday party. Dad actually came, took one look at me, and said I was a disappointment. Haven't seen him since. I know you don't want to hear it, but that may have been for the best. I shudder to think what type of damage he could have inflicted on you if he had lingered. Okay, look, he doesn't get to ignore me, okay? None of them do. They shouldn't, no, and that is not fair. But I was royalty for 1,000 years. I lived in the lap of luxury and attention, and it was the coldest and most miserable I ever was. Oh, boo-hoo. And it's not about the money, okay? It's about respect. Sometimes that's the only currency you have. And if it's conditional only on your species, gender, skin tone, class, or other such external marker, then it's not respect. It's their own sad attempt at trying to feel better about themselves by excluding others. Don't become that type of monster, Eric. You'll never forgive yourself for it, no matter how long you live. That is so easy for you to say. You're not the one being excluded. I am now. One of my epithets is the exiled princess, and I earned that exclusion by my actions, and I couldn't be happier. I'll be happier still if I never see the people who tried to turn me into a supremacist monster ever again. Is it just us tonight? Yeah, boss has started taking Sundays off, so it's just the boys, plus JC and occasionally Raythu. That seems like a terrible decision. I actually disagree, because now we can officially start calling it Sausage Sunday. Boo! I don't know why I thought you were assigned female at birth. Well, I'm short, I'm slim, and I shave every day. Even without the body dysphoria, I cannot stand having a beard or even a 5 o'clock shadow. Bet Nicole didn't like it either. She does not. You remember that time like 5 or 6 years ago when I tried to grow a beard? I showed her the pictures and she agreed. I look way better clean. Agreed. That beard was terrible. So I know that Cafe Latte is mostly vegetarian because fairies have this thing about being above death. Yeah, most of us have that brand of pretentiousness. Me, personally, I'm not picky. But does this mean that we get sausage muffins on Sunday? We could charge a little more for extra large or extra stuffed. Ooh. Or whipped cream on the tip. That'd be a cupcake, so no. Well, why don't we have cupcakes? Cupcakes are the bomb. It's a cafe, okay? We focus on coffee and tea, and muffins go a lot better with those than cupcakes. And before you ask, no, I cannot do both, all right? We've got limited space up here. If you want a dessert, get a cookie. Well, aren't cupcakes and muffins basically the same thing? They most certainly are not. Cupcakes are cakes, okay? It's in the name. They are light and airy and extra sweet, whereas muffins are dense, a little bit crumbly, and they can be sweet or savory. I mean, just look at the ingredients list for both. They are totally different. Oh, please. A muffin is just a bald cupcake. Lies. Lies and slander. Muffins are for people in denial about wanting a cupcake for breakfast, okay? But I'm a fairy, and I cannot lie, not even to myself. And I say cupcakes are muffins, and they're both breakfast food. Oh, you little... You alright? Ah, yeah, sorry. Excuse me. Continue. Oh my gosh, Eric, did you get an early start on Sausage Sunday? Hey, you go in the corner and you think about what you just said. Hey, Bob, I'm going on lunch break. Enjoy it. Jennifer Charles, we need more pistachio chocolate chunk cookies. Yeah, just a minute. Phone's away while there are customers. I know, but Nicole is being weird. Weird how? I don't know. I'm telling her to come in and talk to you about it. I think it's some sort of magic problem. Hey, boss, are you good if I leave early on Saturday? For Dungeons and Dragons? Yes. Hi. Nicole, I think we have a problem. Jennifer Charles says this was magical in nature. I've started getting into divination magic. Well, there's your first problem. Cyrus is rude, but technically correct. Divination is incredibly tricky, and most prophecies are misread in some form or another. I know, but I know there's some sort of danger coming towards us, and I also saw a tree made out of stone. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means either. That is not a typical symbol. Oh, danger comes at us all the time. We got by easily enough without warnings. Even so, we'll take a few extra precautions, and I'm sure Jennifer Charles wouldn't mind a protective charm or two. Or a few more. Alright everyone, we have the chance to grab a fairy on Saturday. Who wants a good harvest? Alright guys, I'm heading to D&D. Don't die. You don't tell me what to do. Oh, when you see Drek, tell him I updated the schedule for next week for his full-time status. Gotcha. Alright, we are all set. Excellent job today, everyone. Freedom! JC, did you need a ride? Nah, Nicole's got me. Again? That's the third time in as many days. She's gotten a little paranoid lately, which, it's fine. Paranormal's totally good for you. But apparently she's been seeing a couple of weird visions of the future since she started on divination, and she's worried about them. What has she been seeing? No idea. She just told me they're weird symbols that don't match up with any traditional texts, but they're definitely dangerous. She mentioned a tree made of stone, which is very bizarre. I have never heard of that appearing in a vision. Did she mention a specific type of stone? Or a specific type of tree? No. Hi. Ready to go? Yep, we were just talking about your creepy visions of the future. Any news? No. I've started drawing them, but it hasn't really helped. Wow, you're quite talented. Thanks. That almost looks like an oak tree. Stone Oak Coven. Fuck! I thought they were in jail for stealing Amma's dragon egg. Do you know how easy it is to order a hit from the inside? What? It's Patrick. Cyrus never arrived for Dungeons & Dragons.